It was the president at his most passionate, surrounded by victims of gun violence and those who have lost loved ones. Obama, sick of the constant excuses for inaction, compared the push for gun control to the movements that abolished slavery. Good evening and thanks for joining us. The president said the gun lobby can no longer hold America hostage. He's introduced new measures he says will help stop the killing. Aarti explains how he intends to do it and what he's up against.
The commander-in-chief, cool, calm, stoic, entering the East Room to talk about what he calls the greatest frustration of his presidency. But today, remembering the tens of thousands of lives lost to gun violence, the children shot and killed at Sandy Hook Elementary School, Obama reached a breaking point.
Every time I think about those kids, it gets me mad. And by the way, it happens on the streets of Chicago every day.
In the final year of his presidency, Obama is channeling those emotions into his executive powers to try to turn the ship around on America's gun problem.
That's why we're here today. Not to debate the last mass shooting, but to do something to try to prevent the next one.
After each mass shooting in the U.S., Obama's reaction has evolved.
We are confronting yet another mass shooting.
To anger and frustration.
Somehow this has become routine.
And today, despair as he unveiled a series of gun control measures. All sellers must be licensed and conduct background checks. They'll hire 230 FBI employees to process background checks, adjust rules to disqualify people with mental health restrictions from owning guns, increase funding for mental health care, and research and develop new gun safety technology. For relatives of those killed in mass shootings, a glimmer of hope. The lives of their loved ones were not taken in vain.
It's not the first time I've seen him cry. It's certainly not the first or last time I've cried.
But perhaps there's no issue more polarizing than guns in America. Mass tragedies in the country often result in a surge in gun sales.
Even if you don't believe in God and you don't believe in guns, when somebody kicks in your door, you find yourself hiding in the closet, praying to God to please hurry up and show up and wishing you had a gun.
Taking the strong step of executive action can only go so far. Some proposals will need approval from Congress and others may face legal challenges. And already some Republican presidential candidates have vowed to reverse gun control measures if elected. Donna?
Aarti, thanks. And here's a sobering fact that Aarti mentioned. Whenever President Obama talks gun control, sales spike. According to federal data, sales went up after he was elected in 2008 and after some of the worst mass shootings. In fact, more guns were sold in the weeks after the Sandy Hook shooting than had been sold in the previous 20 years.